Hey guys, welcome to Loans and Drones. This is episode 15, and today we have a very special guest, Matt Pittman, the Selling Homes real estate agent, the guy that you've seen with the parody videos, and he actually has a brand new video out right now on the NAR settlement, and we're going to be talking about that today on Loans and Drones. Matt, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, bro. I'm good.
Oh,
doing
my
real
gosh,
good.
I love it. Like every time I see you, I just get warm and fuzzy.
Same. We just totally nerd out together.
Totally. We've done videos together, and you have this new video out. Let's get into, just rewind a little bit. How did you even get into real estate?
Ooh, okay. So I was going to college, not really sure what I wanted to do. I was kind of majoring in like beer bongs and shotgunning beers. So after my first year, I did all right school-wise. I was, getting okay grades, but I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. So I was at NIU. I left NIU, went home, went to COD, and then the real estate course was like a prerequisite. So like you could get that as credit to your associate's degree.
Okay.
So I was like, hey man, it seems like anybody that has something to do with real estate's wealthy. So I was like, this wouldn't be a bad class to take. So I took the class, and the teacher was like, hey, if you're going to take this class, you might as well just take one more test and you can be licensed. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I got licensed, and then I ran into one of my good buddies from high school, Jason, and we were just talking at a bar at a birthday party. And he was like, yeah, man, what you been up to? And I was like, oh, I just took my real estate test. And he's like, get out of here. So did I. And then he was like, why don't you come work in my dad's office? And I was like, dad's office. And like when you're a kid, you don't really put the pieces together, but his dad was like real estate monster, Randy Staub. Like he was like a staple, one of the best realtors ever, like a mentor, like a second father to me. So just awesome. And he was like, hey man, I think you'd be okay at this. Why don't you come in and, check it out? And I was like, yeah, I'm still going to go to school. So, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll give it a try. And then like a year later, I was like, okay, I'm pretty decent at this and I like it. And, there's flexibility. So fast forward 20 years. This is my 20th year at the end of this year. Wow. 20 years in the business.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thank you.
So you made it through the test of time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I'm a dinosaur.
So you made it through 2008. That's where you earned some stripes there as a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
How was it your first year in the business?
Oh, it's brutal. Just get the crap kicked out of you.
I thought it was supposed to be easy.
Yeah, totally. You just show up and sell houses, right? You just walk in the door and they're like, here's some houses to sell. That's what everyone always says. And I just tell like new people.
We just said that in the last episode.
Exactly. People are like, I just want to get into real estate. I'm like, okay, no problem. I was like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. Like, you're going to get your butt kicked. I'm like, just go to the busiest intersection in your town and stand there and let everyone in town kick you between the legs. That's what your first year in real estate is. And they're like, what? That's why in my new video, I have that. Everyone's punching me right in the groin as they walk past me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's classic.
Yeah.
With a broken neck and a black eye.
Yeah, black eye, the whole nine.
So with that, you were also in a band.
Yeah.
Did you start the band before real estate, or was it chicken or the egg?
Yeah, so I've been in music since I was like 14.
Okay.
And been in a bunch of bands. And so my drummer, he invited me to be in this band that he was in called The Fold. And they had already been established and been kicking butt. And I went to high school. The two other members I went to high school with.
Okay.
So it was like, oh, hey, do you want to hop in this band? And there it was. I think that was in like 2010 or 2009.
Okay.
So I've been doing that ever since. Then I'm in a couple cover bands.
Nice. And by the way, The Fold is not just a band. It's a pretty big deal. If you know Ninjago, that's where you hear their music mostly, right?
Yeah, I would say in the last 10 years, I think we wrote like maybe 20, 30 songs for the show.
Okay.
And I think we were in the Lego movie at one point with a little cameo.
Nice.
They like have like little caricatures of us as Legos. It's pretty surreal. Like it's kind of like, wow, I think I'm cool.
That's awesome. I would love to have a Lego caricature,
right?
Caricature.
Yeah. Now that I'm getting older, I'm like, oh man, this is like a dream come true. I get to have a normal life with a family and real estate and all that, but then still get to, fulfill my rock star dreams.
What
So
about
it's
your
awesome.
kids? Do they know they have a celebrity dad?
They just started. I'll show them stuff, and they're like, "That's weird. Why are you screaming at the camera?" And I'll show them the real estate parodies, and they're like, "What is this? You're kind of creeping me out, Dad." But no, they're starting to get it now. My 6-year-old's like, "Can I come to band practice? Can I come watch you?"
Are they getting into music too?
Yeah. She's starting to play the piano. And
that's
she's
cool.
She's into art and music. Yeah.
Okay, so she's got the creative side.
Yeah. We'll see. It's a little early to tell.
Yeah,
But it's cool.
Yeah. So when we talk about the parodies, because this is where Matt just shines. Like we were doing a Ghostbuster thing, which the guys that are filming are saying it was kind of cheesy, and it wasn't Matt.
They're just saying dad humor.
Yeah, they're saying dad humor. It wasn't Matt. It was me. So sorry,
it's
sorry for making you look at cheesy.
I mean, you have to walk a fine line. I think that's like where the whole thing with the parodies come in, is that, in our industry in real estate, you really have to kind of toe the line. And with those parodies, I kind of push the line like right to the envelope to where like most people.
I think you smashed the line completely.
Yes, exactly.
It's a very fine line that people can do it. That's entertainment with information. That's an art form. So I'm gonna give you.
I mean, most people are like, "That was awesome," and then I have some like, crotchety old realtor who's 90. I'm like, "I saw your video and I hated it. You're making us look bad." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, Laverne. I didn't mean it. Can I take you out for a cup of coffee? I didn't mean to hurt your feelings."
And her partner Shirley. Don't forget.
Yeah.
For all you kids out there, that's an old TV
dad
sitcom.
joke.
There you go. Another dad joke.
Hashtag dad jokes.
So when did you start the parodies? What year? Was it 2010 when you were in the band, or was it before that?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, I just, the real estate market, I think at that point was in the tank. And I was like, we're doing all this stuff with music. Why don't we just do some of this? Let's see what's up. Because nobody was doing it at the time.
Right.
And there was this new app, I think it was called Songify or something. And you'd like talk into your phone and it would like auto tune your voice. So at the time, the broker owner, Randy Staub, like I saw him and I was like, "Oh, how's your day?" And he's like, I'm having a rough day. I had like 3 deals just blow up in my face. So I did like a quick Songify thing to him. I was like, "Yo, Randy, don't worry about the market," or something stupid, and I sent it to him and he was like, "Oh man, you're like the Rapping Realtor." And I was like,
ding, ding, ding.
Oh. And then I just kind of started like brainstorming some stupid ideas with my bandmates, and me and Georgie, who's a guitar and singer in the band, and Dan, we all started like just nerding out on some ideas. And then we were like, maybe we could lay this down as a track. And then we did. And we were like, okay, this is pretty cool. Let's make a video.
Yeah.
Let's like make a over the top ridiculous video. And that's what we did. And then all of a sudden it started catching some steam.
Anybody that knows Matt knows that selling homes, that video just went viral. And that's before, I think it was before things even got viral. I mean, it was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it was in 2009. So I think YouTube was pretty new. I think YouTube was only a couple years old.
Yeah. Like
people weren't using it like obviously they are today.
Right. Yeah. Because we didn't have the social media influences at that point either.
No.
Right? Huh. That's awesome.
Yeah. Super cool.
So you had the selling homes, and then you did some other creative marketing. We
did the song Regulators. We did a parody of that. Yeah. Realtors, mount up. We did that one. And then I did a couple like little commercial spoofs. And then maybe like 5 years ago, we did the free tacos. So if you buy or sell a home with us, we'll give you free tacos for a year. So you have that set up where you're like at a closing table, and then you sign the paperwork and the mariachi band kicks the door in and starts going, and so that one caught some steam too.
No. Well, I bet you Laverne was all over that.
Oh yeah. Well, again, you got a couple realtors, but overall, most of the older realtors, they weren't busting me too hard on that. They were like, You again?
Well, I've seen his signs. I mean, this is just you gotta respect the marketing, the marketing genius of this, because he'll put that free tacos on your signs.
Yeah.
So like people will drive by like, wait, free tacos on a real estate sign?
Yeah, they're
What's
like,
that
what
all
is
about?
this? And they just call and ask. And you're like, are you in the market? Most of the time they're like, no, I just saw the tacos. I just thought it was cool. Okay.
I was hungry.
Yeah.
It was 2 a.m.
Yeah. Have a great day, man. See ya.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get into serious. Like you got
serious.
You came back. You came back from the selling homes videos, which I love it because you just got a good raw talent of just
thank you. You're
creativity,
Thank you.
So you came back and you said, I'm coming out of retirement of this video thing because of NAR. What? So let's talk about that. What happened there?
Yeah. So the whole NAR settlement is, it's all over the media, and it just there's a lot of question marks. It's like what you can do and you can't do. And then I saw some stuff in the mainstream media that was like, oh, now you don't have to pay those greedy buyer's agents. And I was like, what? I was like, have you ever been a buyer's agent? Like, you get the crap beat out of you for like 6 months and you're lucky if you get a paycheck. So I'm like, greedy buyer's agents, like, I guarantee 99 out of 100 people couldn't be a realtor if they tried, because you just get the crap beat out of you.
Right.
So I was like, that's kind of frustrating when I heard that. And, all these different regulations with NAR. So I was like, you know what? Let's just make a funny video about it, because we're going to have these conversations with our clients moving forward. So August 17th, you're going to have to start signing exclusive buyer's agency agreements. And it's like kind of almost mandatory from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So it's like someone calls you up and they're like, hey, I want to go see this house. It's like, sign this document. It's like, if I went into a used car dealership and they're like, I walked on the lot and he's like, sign this. I'm like, whoa, dude. I'm not signing anything.
We're not getting married yet. I don't even know you.
Take it easy. Yeah. Take me to a movie first.
Buy me dinner.
Yeah, something.
Give me some tacos.
Exactly. So I wanted the video to be, funny. I wanted it to be so the consumer could see it and laugh.
Yeah.
Realtors could see it and laugh, and just kind of make tongue-in-cheek humor at the whole situation. And then as a kicker to that, me and Amy Stack, we came up with a program of like comprehensive scripts / conversation pieces for agents.
Yeah.
So they can overcome a lot of these objectives. So we're giving them tools right up front. Like, hey man, if your client asks you like, hey, come August 17th, do I have to pay a commission? Here's a conversation to have with them.
Right.
And there's all different ways to pivot and kind of overcome those objections.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ame Stack is awesome, by the way.
No, she's a rock star. I love her. Yeah.
So you've made a program.
Yep.
On top of the video, you made a program to kind of go on the coattails of that. And
yep.
So how long is it? You said it's
it's just something that, it's like a little PDF that we'll send over. And it's just like a handful of, scripts. You can customize them as well. So like if you want to put your information on them and hand them out to your clients, just like here, just plug your photo in and your company info and pew.
Okay.
So
we'll have to get is that for any agent?
Any agent. Yeah.
So
you can go to
associated with it?
fight2sell.com.
Fight2sell.com.
And then it's on the front page there. You can grab it. Click one of the links and it'll walk you through it. It's $19. Again, probably 2 trips to Starbucks, depending.
Well, I mean, if you're gaining a buyer on it,
it's just, again, it's like, it's things that you can put in your arsenal to kind of make the strides to be best moving forward, because like it or not, these things are going to happen and they're going to kind of change the landscape of our industry. So it's like, we're all in this together. Like, let's educate our clients. Let's educate people about what's going on, so we can still continue to, function at the highest level and give the best value to our people.
What's your feeling? Like, what's the consensus behind all the agents right now? Is there fear associated with it? I'm seeing a lot of different interpretations.
Yeah, I'm seeing a combination of both. You see agents that are freaking out about it. You're seeing agents that are like, I've been doing this since day one. No change for me. I think it depends where you are, because I think like there's certain places, I think like New York City, they've been big on it for years. So you automatically just have your people sign it. Yeah. And that's the norm. Me personally, I've not done them usually until I have enough rapport with the client and the customer. Because if you get into a business relationship and you're not jiving with the person, I don't want anyone to sign anything. So like, I'm not going to, previously I had never been like, sign this now.
Right.
It's just like, hey man, let's go see some houses. You like it? Cool. All right. Well, you're going to buy this house, right? Yeah. Okay. You have to sign this piece of paper that says I'm your buyer's agent. Oh yeah. Okay. It's like, it's no big deal because it's logistically done throughout the process.
Right.
But like I said, it's kind of the awkward thing of like, here, sign this right now. What? I just met you. What am I signing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So,
I think it's just interesting because before, and I could see it, it's kind of like lending, right? There's people that they don't have the integrity like we do, I would say, right? Where they're just being honest. If somebody wanted to go use a different agent, you go, okay, fine, whatever. But I think where they're trying to stop it is they're trying to make sure that person's knows that they're using an agent, they're going to get paid. Their agent's going to get paid to do that. But I just feel like it's like you said, it's just not, it's kind of being force fed to a client. Wait, I don't even know you yet. So how am I supposed to commit to you without earning the trust? Like we don't have a relationship.
Without earning the trust or building that rapport. It's a little complicated. So that was kind of my intention with the video, was to just like make it funny. Yeah. Cause like, it's just, there's not enough out there that makes people understand the whole thing. Like still, if you ask the average person, they're just like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what this is. And they're just like, I want to buy a home. Why are we talking about this other thing? Right. Can't you just show it to me? Right. And if I love it, can't I just buy it?
What do you think the buyers are going to do? You think they're just going to go to open houses right now, or?
I really don't know. I think it depends on, if they have a great agent. That's the thing that people forget is having that agent is worth their weight in gold.
Oh gosh.
Like if you don't have that advocate or that person that's really like covering your butt, you're just out there, and you could make a lot of mistakes. I mean, one mistake costs you 10, 20, 30, 100 grand. You buy the wrong house and there's structural issues. Like you could be spending 100 grand to fix it, 200 grand. I mean, most buyers, even if they're in their 50s, don't have 100 grand, to spend on something like that. So the agent is the advocate for the buyer. So if sellers aren't offering the compensation in certain cases, it might squeeze some of these buyers because a lot of first-time buyers can't afford it. Yeah. A lot of times, buyers are just scraping everything they got for their, their down payment plus their closing costs.
Right. Yeah. I would say, like, I just started thinking about it as it kind of gets closer to the date. And as we're taping this is before the date of August 17th. So we got some time still to kind of think about it and how we're going to structure things. But I'm actually thinking that we're going to see FHA come back into play as a strong suit because probably seller contribution can be up to 6%. So if you have a buyer that's putting down 3.5%, then they're going to want to possibly look at that as a seller be giving a concession up to, 6%, which is paying for two things. One, closing costs, and the other piece is going to be the agent. Yeah. Whereas conventional products, which I always say is like the Gucci type of product where you want to be long-term, the minimum, the maximum seller contribution less than 10% is only 3%. So still could get paid, but at the end of the day, it's like just an awkward conversation all the way around.
And the whole thing is just kind of weird because again, when you have I had the conversation with most of my sellers, right? And when you explain it to them, like piece by piece, they're like, yeah, duh. Why wouldn't I offer a buyer's agent compensation? Because if I'm going to net the most money out of this, I don't care. The whole thing that's like smoke and mirrors about this, sellers have never had to pay a buyer's agent commission. They've never had to pay a seller's agent commission. Like you can go to, listmls.com or whatever it is, and you could pay a flat fee to get on their website for $500 or $1,000 or whatever it is, and you're in the MLS. Right. But then you're on your own. Right. Like here, I can put it on a website for you, and then you got people calling you going, hi, I want to show your house. Do you have a forced air furnace?
I don't even know what year it is.
Yeah. What year was your house built? What's the square footage? Is that a cinder block foundation or concrete foundation? You know what I mean? So then all of a sudden people go, oh, wait, your job isn't easy. Like you're really good at what you do. Right. Maybe I should call a realtor. And a lot of FSBOs, for sale by owners, they do that because they think I could sell this on my own. And like Randy Marshall, who's on our team, rock star, he just kills it with these FSBOs. He'll call him up and he'll be like, hey, I have a buyer for your place. And he'll ask him like, why did you price it where you have it priced? Oh, and he's like, if you did a couple key things here that I can help you with, I could get you an extra 25, 30 grand for your house. And they're like, really? Say no more.
Yeah.
And it's like, duh.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't go to a discount doctor to have a heart transplant, would you? No. So it's like people tend to like throw realtors aside like they're total dirtbags that don't know what they're doing. Now, again, there's good and bad.
Yeah.
But a majority of the good professionals out there, they really know their stuff and they're worth their weight in gold to the client.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked about this in the last episode too, is that I think there's going to be a cleansing of the market. So there's going to be a service level that's different than what we've seen. So guys like yourself or women like yourself, not women
yes.
Me. Okay. Now people like yourself are going to be out there and they're going to have a different service level in the industry. And I got to be honest. I think 4 or 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I tried selling my house for some owner. Why? Because I didn't want to offend you. I didn't want to offend, other agents.
Sure.
So what I did do is I said, okay, anybody that wants to bring a buyer through, I'll pay you 3%, thinking that would attract. No. But the other, what happened? I realized, and I've been doing mortgages for 26 years.
I was going to say, you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. So I should know my value, right? No, I didn't. Even as long as I've been in the business, I was off by like 10 grand, 15 grand on my price. Everything else was selling at a faster rate, even a ranch down the street. Well, what I found out is the consumer didn't want 2 bedrooms up top and 1 downstairs because they had kids. So that ranch, of course, they're going to sell faster than mine at more value. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I am not a real estate agent. What am I doing here? I was seeing open houses. I had the marketing down, had the pictures, but I didn't know anything about my house, just like what you said. And so I've struggled. And finally I cut my price by like $15,000. I bet you if I would have had Matt in there to sell it, I would have probably got the value I wanted to have.
Sure. Me or any of your other rock star realtors that you work with.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things.
The advocate that will say, hey, Bill, this is it and this is why. And you do the same with me and like our clients that we've dealt with.
Right.
Because like we've had conversations where you're like, they can't go on this loan program because their debt to income ratio is this. And I'm like, why not, Bill? You're like, nah, okay, step aside. You know real estate, I know loans. Stay in your lane.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that so what do you think? Do you think that, because I've seen some agents that are said, well, I'm going to wear the hat of the loan officer too. What do you think about that?
I mean, to each their own. I wouldn't do it, but.
Well, I've tried the hat of the real estate agent. I want to do it because I don't know your job. Like you said,
sure.
Am I going to go to a doctor that knows one thing, or am I going to go to somebody that says, I know everything, but you don't?
Yeah. I know a lot about, or a little about a lot,
Right.
Oh, well, are you a pro? Kind of. No, I don't want you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to do that. And I have seen realtors that do both. But you got to think too about liability. If you do something on either end of that side and you do it wrong, they're pointing a finger at you. Like you've got a lot of,
you're right.
You got a bullseye right on your
potatoes.
chest. Like, yeah. So yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. I'd let the pro do it. I'd let Bill Pendley do it.
Well, I appreciate that. I try.
Of course.
I mean, I know how to do mortgages. Gosh darn it. People like me.
Is it Stuart Smalley?
Yeah.
I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And gosh darn it. People like me.
What do you think about the future of real estate right now? For Matt Pittman, how about, we'll just focus on you. What do you think about real estate? You think
it's going to be awesome? I mean, good market, bad market, sideways market, doesn't matter. You can't change, hard work, discipline, work ethic, all of your prospecting, the things you do daily. It's like, you can't change that. So like you said earlier, I think in one of the conversations we had, like, I think the industry is going to change and certain people are going to get out of the industry. The strong are going to survive if that's where we're going,
right. Right.
But same, like, I don't expect you to get out of the business next week because of some changes. You're going to go, hey man, I'm going to adapt. I'm going to figure out how to do it. And I'm still going to thrive at the highest level because that's what Bill Pendley does.
Hey,
Gosh dang it.
Gosh dang it. And I think the other thing too is that, we had this happen back in 2008 with loan officer commission, compensation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Loan officer compensation changes. Everybody had the
Flipped out.
same reaction to what was happening because they didn't know. And then you let it go for 6 months and there's a lot of dust kicked up. There's a lot of interpretation. A lot of people lost money. And then all of a sudden you get back to business after 6 months. And I think
Yeah.
one of the things you mentioned, which I've been saying this, is realtors are going to learn the unwritten rule of how to work with each other based on how the system's working. Okay, we understand a rule, but this is really what we got the compliance piece and everything else. But at the end of the day, this is how the game is played.
Exactly.
And if you want to play the game, then you're gonna have to play with our rules.
Exactly. Adapt. They do that in sports. They change a rule in the NFL. You don't have a bunch of whiny guys going, I quit. No, they figured out. They just play the game differently.
I love it.
Right? I mean, that's what we got to do.
Different chord, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So going back to the video, what you went for the Beastie Boys Fight for Your Right. How did that kind of come to play?
I literally just heard the song on the radio in my car, and I was like, started like thinking in my head, like, wait a second, because this topic, the NAR topic, was in my head, and at that point in time, there was all these question marks. Like, well, what are they going to do about this? What are they going to do about this? What? And as an agent, you're like, hey man, you're messing with my well-being. So like, I was kind of like frustrated. And I'm like, then I just kind of started to nerd out and like write out some goofy lyrics. And then I brought it to Kim and Randy on the team, and I was like, "Am I crazy, or do you think we could do this?" And they're like, "I think it'd be pretty funny. You should roll with it." So I just kept going, and then I coordinated with Aaron Green, who does all the video and editing and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he's unreal. Like,
really?
So talented.
Okay.
And I just kind of told him the idea, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm down to do whatever you want," But even with him, like we were talking about earlier, I had to like reiterate what was happening in like 4 different scenarios for him to wrap it around his head. Because again, he's not in the real estate arena at all,
Yeah.
And he wasn't grasping like, wait, what are you talking about? What's happening? What's going on? You know what I mean? So I was like, no, this is actually happening. And then once
you had to paint the picture for him.
Yeah. Then once he could wrap it around in his head what it was, then he was like, now I'm seeing what you got here. Okay, let's roll.
Yeah.
And then we just did it.
That's good.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to shoot that?
We shot it in I think like 2 full days, like 10 to 5 or something like that.
Dang, I'm still bummed I missed it.
You blew it. That's all right.
We're gonna do another one.
Exactly.
We need to do the another parody for Halloween.
I think I'm gonna roll with the Beastie Boys trilogy. I think I'm going to do the next one. No, sleep till escrow. Bow, bow, bow. So.
By the way, Beastie Boys are like one of my favorite bands.
Oh, dude,
seriously.
they're awesome.
Iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're just, so yeah, I'm down. If you let me in the video, I would love to be in the video.
Heck yeah.
Or like do something. I don't care. I'll do a worm like dancing across the,
Billy Pendley's moves.
We are now to the segment where I ask 3 random questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask 3 questions, random questions,
sure.
And you just answer it. First thing that comes to your mind.
All right.
This will be good.
This is going to be real good.
If you could have dinner with anybody, who would it be?
Dinner with anyone? Who would it be? Oh my gosh. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
You kind of got a lot.
He was like,
similarities.
Yeah, I love Jim Carrey growing up. So I would just
really
love to sit there with that guy for 20 minutes and just laugh.
What would you ask him?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I could probably go on for days asking him questions. He'd be like, can you get this weirdo away from me? I used to recite Ace Ventura, Pet Detective in my sleep.
Really?
Like my mom said when I was like 14 years old, she'd come by my room and it'd be like, midnight. And she'd hear me being like, oh, righty then. And, she'd come in the room and be like, you're supposed to be sleeping. And I'd just be like, passed. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the one best piece of advice you've ever received from someone?
I don't even know. That's a tough one. I got a lot of advice from people. That's great. Maybe for my parents, just to like, work hard, don't make excuses. There's always going to be like obstacles, and, a lot of times people will take the easy way out. It was never that. It was like, hey, no matter what happens, get what you need done.
Yeah.
Work hard, be resilient, and rise above.
Yeah. That's one thing I appreciate about you is you do not make excuses. Like you're just a man of logic.
I do. I probably do. And, you don't ask my wife. Why didn't you do the dishes? Oh, the kids were screaming. No excuses.
My wife won't let me near the dishes. She's like, you get near the dishes, I'm going to slap you over the head with the dish.
That's fantastic. How'd you get that? How'd you do that? You dropped some expensive china?
I put the dishes in the dishwasher wrong one time, and all of a sudden it was like,
now you're
I messed up the Rubik's Cube. I think that's what happened.
You're on the do not touch list. Get out of here.
No fly zone over there. No fly zone. All right. So last question. I probably know what this is, but maybe not. What's your favorite food?
Ooh. Pizza or steak?
Really? I thought you were going to say tacos.
No. I mean, I love tacos.
I mean, yeah.
Just kind of sick of them after 5 years of shelling them out to my clients,
I like the shelling out too.
Right?
Corn or what's the other one? Flour.
I eat both.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So steak or pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a little bit of different. I mean, I guess it's pizza on a Friday night.
Yeah, or anything Italian. I love Italian food.
You're not Italian, right?
Yeah.
You're Italian?
Yeah, 50%.
Did you know that I married Italian? My wife's Italian. Yeah. So yeah, we have
blood
carbs,
related now.
We have carbs all the time.
See? Heck yeah.
So where can people find you if they wanted to use your resources?
For the NAR stuff?
Yeah, either that or just real estate.
So you can go to fight2sell.com. You can watch the video there, and then you can get those conversation pieces. Again, there's a ton of good information there, ton of good resources for, clients. $19. Again, okay. 2 Starbucks trips, $19. Can't beat it. If you want to see some of the other parodies that we did, you could go to WeSellin, but not with a G, homes.com. So WeSellinHomes.com.
WeSellinHomes.com.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah. Or you could go to eatfreetacos.com too. I got domain names for days over here.
Eat free tacos. That's where I'm going.
Heck yeah.
No, that's awesome. Matt, you are amazing. And seriously, you're great.
You're too nice.
And by the way, I think I always want to differentiate the difference between a real producer, which is a producing real estate agent, versus an influencer. He's a great influencer, but he's also amazing agent, real estate agent, will sell your home and, just does a great job. So
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Too kind.
I'm trying. But
likewise.
No, we'll definitely do another video. I think that'd be fun just to do.
Yeah. When do you want to do it? We should just put one. We need to put it on the calendar.
Let's do it. Let's shoot for September so we can get that Halloween.
Okay.
Or another either Ghostbusters or something else. You know what? I was thinking of one. We
can't let the cat out of the bag on the mic.
We'll talk offline.
Sure.
But it's going to be worth millions. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming.
Of course, man.
I got caught off. But thank you so much for coming, and we'll definitely have you on again. And we'll after this NAR thing gets going, let's revisit this and see how things are.
Yeah, everything will be great.
All right,
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, and you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for joining Loans and Drones.